everyone. Today I'm very excited to be talking with the extraordinary Cristy Burne and sharing what she has been up to. Cristy is an author of amazing children's books, such as The Cosmic Adventures of Alice and Bob, Off the Track, and Zeros and Ones, which we have here. Zeros and Ones focuses on inventors and milestones in the history of computing. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Cristy is also passionate about science and runs a lot of workshops and presentations for schools to get school kids excited about STEAM and literary arts. She has also been so busy preparing for a super long trip that we're really lucky that she's managed to find the time to squeeze in this interview. Cristy, thank you so much for letting me call you.
Hey Marty, thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited.
I'm excited to have you here. Are you ready to get started?
Yes, let's get started.
Firstly, what does STEAM stand for? I'm pretty sure the first three initials is science, technology, and environment, but I don't really know what it is.
Do you know what? I don't know either, because I always thought it was engineering. Is it environment?
I think it is. I don't know.
Maybe it's STEAM. Science, technology, something starting with E, and then arts and maths. So yeah, I like combining those things.
Well, it's really. Thank you for clarifying that.
I didn't
Kind of clarify it.
No, I'm
Kind of.
confused.
We don't know about the
Google
E.
it.
We don't know what the E is. Thank you for clarifying the other stuff because we don't know what the E is. The E is
I
unknown.
never thought that it could be environment, but that's cool.
I think it's environment because I think STEM is environment in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
I think that is it.
Well, I
don't
love
know.
the environment more than engineering, so that's perfect.
So where did the inspiration for this book, Zeros and Ones, come from?
So this is my first non-fiction book, but I still do write for Double Helix, so I write a lot of science for magazines. But this one came because I was working in Switzerland at CERN, which is the home of the Large Hadron Collider, that really, really enormous particle accelerator. And I was working in the IT department, writing about the computers that they need to crunch all the data that comes from the LHC, and I thought that is super cool. How can we do that? Like, humankind has united to discover these new things and push the boundaries of knowledge, and how did we begin doing that? So yeah, this book starts 200 years ago and then goes all the way into the future.
That's really fascinating.
Isn't it so cool? Yeah. And to think about what the future could hold and what we're doing with artificial intelligence and robots and where we should take that, and how people like you and I get to choose that. We should get to choose that. We need to be
we definitely
involved.
need to choose.
Yeah. And how do you get to choose? Like, you only get to choose if you are involved, if you are literate, if you are scientifically literate.
Yeah, that's true. So have you always had a passion for writing, or did that kind of just come on?
Yes, ever since I was your age, I was like super interested in writing and reading, and I always wanted to be a writer.
Writing is really awesome.
Yeah. Have you always wanted to be a writer?
Yes, I've always had a passion for writing, and then I was like, oh, I also want to do science.
Yeah.
Science and writing are also really.
I think, so for me, I did science. I did science at university, and I pursued science because it's hard to pursue science all alone in your house in the dark. But you can do writing all alone in your house in the dark. Yeah, and you can do reading late at night under your covers, but you can't like do scientific experiments late at night. Not without blowing up your house.
I remember when I had like these petri dishes of bacteria and I accidentally left them for 12 months, and I was like, and I came back and I was trying to clean out under the table. I'm like, oh, well, that's the bacteria.
But you know what? It worked with penicillin, right? So that's how great inventions sometimes happen.
Have you also had that passion for science, or did that grow as your writing passion grew?
Yeah, that grew because I didn't like science in primary school. I thought it was a bit boring. Didn't really know what it was.
So good at it.
No, I'm not. I'm terrible at it.
Really?
Really? I'm not good at doing science, but I love writing about science. So
Well,
yeah.
you're good at this. I haven't read this, but it looks really cool, and I've read a bit about it.
But I've been doing science writing for 20 years. But like in year 10, I failed my chemistry exam, So I'm not always excellent at doing science. It was a pipetting exam where you had to like put a little bit of acid and a little bit of base, and I'm like, oh no! Yeah, so
A little bit of pipetting. It's like you have to push it down and you have to.
and I think if you're not good at cooking, you're not good at science. But if you're good at cooking, you're good at science. Because you care.
You have to use certain types of methods and like ingredients and measurements.
Whereas I'm just like, little bit of this, little bit of that, little bit of this.
Just
It tastes disgusting.
Just throw it together. Hope it works.
Yeah. So I'm good at writing about it, but not doing it. So you do workshops and presentations. What would have to be the scariest audience you've done? Adults are pretty scary because they don't laugh. They're just like
serious. They're like nodding like.
Yeah, and you don't know, are they really bored or are they actually interested? Yeah, and then I did an audience of 600 in Queensland a couple of months ago.
That's too many.
Yeah, but that was only scary for 20 seconds. Well, it was scary for like 2 weeks leading up to it, and then 20 seconds. And after 20 seconds, when they laughed at my first joke, I was like, and then it wasn't scary. Yeah.
Well, I think once it just starts to hit off, you're like, oh yeah, this is good.
Yeah. But when I was a kid, I was so scared of public speaking that
I was just scared of it.
Yeah, but you know how you get good is practice, and you
keep getting it.
Yeah, and fake it, right? Like you could be scared right now, and I don't even know. I'm a little bit scared now, and you don't even know.
Because you look like you're pulling it together.
Yeah, so do you.
You look really calm.
We are so faking it together. Well done.
What book was your favourite to write on? You felt more connected at all of the books, not just this.
I was listening to Maurice Gleitzman. Did you hear him? He was in Western Australia recently. I was listening on the radio, and he said, "Never ask me that question because it's like asking me to choose my favourite child." So
books are kind of like children.
Yeah, and they're all different, and they all have their own like things that make them shine. So I can't pick one over the other. I love them all.
Yeah, it's like books are like for children. It's like you put everything into them.
Yeah.
You send them off into the world. Like everyone like them.
Yeah. Could you choose a favourite character in your book? Yeah, you see, right?
It's like choosing the favourite book.
Yeah, it's too hard. Yeah.
Did you ever have to like you had to choose between like writing and another passion? Because I know you said you're not really good at science. I know you said that.
But I love writing about science. So if I was you, I would do science and then keep writing along the side. So I have friends who are sports journalists, so they love sport and then they do writing on the side. Or people who are actually good at cooking, they love being a chef and then they do food writing on the side. So whatever you're passionate about, you can also share that passion if you write.
And like say you're passionate about like adventure, you write about adventure stories.
Yeah, and I'm passionate about that as well. Yeah.
Just like love the adventure.
Yeah. Because I think a lot of kids are so afraid that something bad will happen. Like there's a lot of anxiety in young kids. Yeah. And I'm kind of like, you know what, bad stuff is going to happen. It is. So, I feel anxious as well. Like I was anxious about talking to 600 people. But if you do it, if you face it, if you acknowledge that like bad stuff is going to happen and you're strong enough to deal with it, you are enough to deal with it. I think that's important.
Yeah, anxiety is definitely a very big thing. It's like something could definitely go wrong. And it's like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah, but that's a good story, right?
Yeah.
Every story something goes wrong, and every story the kid is strong enough to deal with it, and that's why I love children's books. It's not, it's like,
kind of a story without conflict.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Bad stuff has to happen to make you strong.
So going back to your workshop, so what would have to be the most embarrassing moment you have had at one?
Once in this exact library, I invited my kids to come because all their friends were coming. That was a bad decision. They just heckled and they jumped up the front and started talking and Never invite your children to your own workshops.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, they were awful. So they're banned. They're not allowed at my workshops anymore.
Fair enough. Never invite your kids.
I had another embarrassing moment. I was in a public swimming pool, just swimming around, and this little girl came up to me and she's like, "Are you a children's author?" And I was like, "Yes, yes I am. I've been recognised. How wonderful." And then she said, "Are you Deb Fitzpatrick?" And I was like, no, I'm not. But she's amazing. She's a very, very cool writer, Deb Fitzpatrick. So that's my two most embarrassing stories.
So now we're kind of up to the speed questions, which I'll just answer them as fast as you can.
Okay, I'm ready.
What are you writing at the moment?
That's a long one. An adventure book about leeches.
Ooh, leeches. What's your favourite ice cream flavour?
Anything with caramel.
I could talk for hours about caramel.
Caramel sauce, caramel chips.
You stay focused. What's one of your favourite characters you've ever written about?
Do you know what? I like Deepika. She's a real person, and she's 10, and she's super enthusiastic and super brave and super warm. And I think you need to be brave to be so friendly as she is. So I try and be like her.
It's amazing. How long does it usually take you to write one of your books? I can barely see the words.
I write 1,000 words a day. I don't know if you have a routine like that for your writing, but I try and do that when I'm writing. And I try not to skip any days. And at the end of it, I leave it for like a month, and then I start editing it. And that's really hard.
Editing sucks.
That takes a long time. Yeah.
Yeah, see, like you write down as you go, and then you're like, oh, it's so amazing. You're like, but I have to fix this.
Yeah, and that doesn't make any sense. And why would they do that?
It's like, editing is the hardest part.
Yeah, I agree. It takes ages. It takes me ages.
I once did 11 drafts.
Yes,
It's
yes.
a
Right.
nightmare.
And then you forget which draft has which thing, and
It's like, oh, you lose count.
Yeah.
Count.
So do you leave a big long gap then and go back to it?
I always have like a break after every single
Yeah.
draft, so I start just draft one.
Yeah. Otherwise you'd forget.
And it's just like,
Yeah,
and
I
then
feel
you
the
get
same
bored,
way.
and then you get bored because you just don't want to do the
Yeah, and you want to do
anymore.
the next idea, right? Because that's more fun than sieving through the spaghetti trying to find your story. Yeah.
Who's your favourite or most inspirational author to you?
I love Meg McKinlay's work, and I love Meg McKinlay. So she's a local Perth author, and just the breadth of her work and the appeal is, even if you're a little kid or an adult, or there's humour and there's serious, thought-provoking themes, and there's adventure and there's, relationships. She just puts everything in, and I love anything that she produces, and she's such a lovely person too.
I love Meg McKinlay.
Check out her picture books, her junior fiction, her
I
young
shall.
adult.
I
Even
will
her
do
young
that.
adult, it does have swearing.
Can I use the Do you prefer cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Yes.
What about you?
Dogs.
Okay, we can still be friends.
Do you prefer ebooks or hard books?
Hard books. You?
No, I have to do the hard books. You gotta feel the paper.
Yeah.
I don't like ebooks.
No, they're horrible. Did I say hard books? I said hard
Yeah,
books.
yes,
right?
yes, you said
Yeah.
hard books. What's your favourite place to write?
I like writing in cafes, but then I need to go to the toilet, and I'm like, what do I do with my laptop while I'm in the toilet? Oh.
Yes, because it's like you don't want to take it in.
Yeah, no. And if you take it in, you lose your table. So yeah.
And then you don't want it to get stolen. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh.
Yeah, so I just like cross my legs and type really fast.
Hope the food will distract you from the need.
Yeah, but if I can't type in a cafe, I type at home in the dark, in silence. It sounds so sad.
It's okay. Do you remember the first book you ever read, or no? What was one of your favourite books?
The first book I ever wrote was about a girl detective, a boy who likes TV, and a mutant kangaroo. and I sent it into a writing competition and I missed out. And then I spent 2 years editing the manuscript and I sent it into the same writing competition and I won. But they didn't like it, so they didn't publish it. Even though I won. So it's never been published. I know. Quick tissues. But that's what I mean, like when you write something you're really worried, like what if no one likes it? You know? What if no one likes it?
It's like,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
want to send this out. What
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you don't like it?
But if you don't send it out,
You never know.
yeah, and you might get rejected, and that's okay. Like that will happen sometimes. It happens to
Exactly.
everybody sometimes. Yeah. I think resilience is the most important thing.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, yeah.
What's that? What's your biggest achievement so far?
Gee.
That was a hard one.
You know, I am so proud that I go into schools and libraries and talk to like thousands of young people about science and about how scientists solve problems and invent solutions and work together to try and solve global problems. And I think like the future of our planet is really important.
It is. We don't have any other planet
Exactly.
to go to.
Yeah, exactly. And the more kids that I can enthuse about, being knowledgeable and being active citizens and not just like watching TV or playing computer games.
Oh, yeah.
Like consuming is fun, but not as much fun as creating. And so
Yeah.
I love
Definitely.
encouraging kids to create knowledge, create books, create stories, create ideas, create solutions.
Definitely. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's like, we need a safe world. We need to just, like, creating's definitely better than.
Yeah. Do that every now and then if you want for half an hour, but
Definitely take some
Yeah.
time to create.
yeah, even though it's scary, even though someone might not like what you make, you enjoy creating it, so you have to be brave. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. That's a tough question.
I know. Some tough ones in
This is
here.
supposed to be quick.
Do you have any big goals for the future or any new writing being released soon?
No, so that makes me anxious as well. Like I have no contracts.
Oh, you've done so much.
I know, but lots of my ideas have been rejected. Lots of my manuscripts have been rejected. So yeah, I have to just keep working and keep writing and keep trying my best.
Yeah, definitely. You always have to keep going forward.
Yeah.
And lastly, do you have any advice for young writers?
Read lots, and write. So this is the advice I give myself: to write for 10 minutes a day, because, like in science, you have a thing called activation energy. In chemistry, right? You have to get over the activation energy for the reaction to happen. And in life, that's quite tricky because, like, you have to start your homework, or you have to start cleaning your room, or you have to like start writing when it's easier to just put it off. So yeah, I guess my advice would be spend 10 minutes every day doing something you don't want to do, like cleaning your room or doing your homework.
Cleaning your room is
Yeah.
a nightmare.
Or writing, right? Because sometimes I don't want to write and I'm like, oh, what if it's not good? I'll just weed the garden instead, or make dinner or something. But if I sit down for just 10 minutes and I start, then I'm over that activation energy, and then I like keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going.
Exactly. You always gotta start. But although I could never get over my despise for cleaning my room,
Oh yeah.
probably will never get over that.
Well, it just gets dirty again, so.
Exactly.
See
What's the
point.
point? What's the point?
Yeah, I hear you. Just close the door.
Just close the door, pretend there's nothing. Just like push all the dirt to the side.
Do you have like a little dog flat that you can push laundry out? Because I think that would help. I think my children need that, just to push the laundry out the chute so that they don't suffocate.
We always joke that we need like personal maps for our rooms just to like navigate us.
Go past all the undies, turn right at the socks, climb up the drawers. Yeah, that would be funny.
it's so great to get to meet you.
Well, thank you, Imani. The feeling is mutual, and I hope I get to see you around again. Because
Ooh,
you're a member of Squibby, right? Yes. Yeah.
it's a very long acronym.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Well, I am looking forward to seeing you around and reading more of your work.
So I will post some links to your website and to your books in the comments below, so people can see how inspiration you are. Make sure to like and share.
Like and share.